guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to our last video in our Criterion week. And tonight we're looking at a western called Dead Man by Jim Jarmusch. Fantastic director, one of my favourite directors, absolutely incredible. But before we get to look at the film, let's have a look at the release. So here is the physical release of Dead Man on Criterion. Its number is, let's have a look at the number, 919, I believe. It's released on Blu-ray. This is the Blu-ray release. It does come with a booklet. I have done a full unboxing of this on my top 10 favourite Criterion films this week. You might have already seen it, so I don't need to go through too much information on this release, but it's a lovely booklet with a wonderful release as always from Criterion, and that is the physical release of Dead Man. So I didn't go too far into the release because I've already done it in my top 10, which was the video before it a few days ago. So is there any special features on the disc? So this is the main menu for Dead Man on Criterion. Our special features on here is we have Question and Answers with Jim, we have Gary Farmer, Reading Blake, Deleted Scenes, Neil Young, Black and White in Colour, and Trailer. And they are the special features on Dead Man. Yeah, there's some special features, not a lot, but there is some. But we won't waste time, let's get on to the story. So this is a film about William Blake, who's like an author, a poet, and he's gone to a place called Machine for a job in a sort of like in a factory. Now, William Blake is played by Johnny Depp. He's our main character. And he goes to the factory and he meets John Schofield at the factory, played by John Hurt. But before he gets to the factory, he makes this quite long train journey. And we meet the fireman, the train fireman, played by Crispin Glover, who's talking to him about all this, about this area being the pit of hell, pretty much. And we see him at the town, and the town looks awful. There's all these terrible things going on. Everyone's staring at him like he's alien because he's wearing a nice suit, and because he's come from Cleveland, and he's wearing this nice suit, and he's gone there for this job. But he's 2 months late, obviously because of the post and stuff at this time. It's not like the post today. Mind you, the post could be 2 months here sometimes. So he's late for the job, and they've already given the job to somebody else. And we then meet the boss of the factory, Mr. Dickinson, John Dickinson. He's played by Robert Mitchum. Yeah, the stars keep rolling in this film. And he's sort of like tells him to go west pretty much, or he will shoot him. So he leaves and he goes to the bar to buy a drink. And then when he exits the bar with his drink, he meets Theo Russell, played by Millie Avatar, and she comes out and she invites him back to her place to stay, and she makes paper roses. She sells roses and stuff, and she sort of like invites him in. And when he's in there, he sort of like makes himself comfortable, and they get to know each other quite well. But then John Dickinson arrives, who is the son, no, not John Dickinson, Charlie Dickinson. He's the son of John Dickinson, who's Robert Mitchum. So he's the son, Charlie Dickinson. He's played by Gabrielle Burns. So I said the stars keep rolling. And off he goes to get his woman back, because Theo was apparently his fiancée. And because he's found her in bed, he goes to try and shoot William Blake, but she gets in front of him and sort of saves him and takes the bullet. And so William then gets the gun, Theo's gun, and shoots Charlie Nixon in the neck, and then he sort of runs out of town. He sort of escapes his way out because he knows he's going to be sorted after. And this is where we find out that Gabrielle Byrne's character Charlie is in fact the son of Robert Mitchum's daughter, John. So he then puts a bounty out on him, and he sends off some of our what do you call them, bounty hunters, if you will. And the main one is called Cole Wilson, and he's played by Lance Erickson, who you may know from the film Alien. And he's sort of like the main sort of like bounty hunter, but he has Johnny the Kid with him, who's played by Eugene Bird. And they also have with them, I can't remember the other guy's name, but I'm sure he's played by Billy Bob Thornton. So the cast just keeps coming. Anyway, while Williams made his escape, he realised he's actually got a wound. The bullet's gone through her and gone through to him, and he is sort of like losing a lot of blood. And he comes across an Indian guy called Nobody, played by Gary Farmer. And Gary Farmer sort of looks after him and sort of takes care of him, and the sort of friendship builds amongst these two. No, the other bounty hunter isn't Billy Bob Thornton. He appears a bit later in the film. I'm trying to think of his name. I think his name is Michael Winton, and his character name is Conway. And these two start off on a journey together, Nobody and William, being pursued by these bounty hunters. And we meet all of an array of characters on the way. We meet these three sort of like strange people in the middle of nowhere. We've got Sally, who's a guy dressed as a woman, played by Iggy Pop. We have Big George, played by Billy Bob Thornton, when we have Bennett played Trent by Gerard Harris. So we've got all these really, really weird characters, and the cast just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we meet other sort of famous people within the film. Whilst these guys are on their journey trying their best to get away from, just to escape, because although he's killed someone, you know he hasn't done it deliberately. We even meet Alfred Molina later on in the film. I believe played Doc Ock in the Spider-Man film. But anyway, William Blake seems to start getting used to the gun because there's loads of wanted posters out for him, and there's people looking for him everywhere. But he manages to sort of get away, and he manages to defend himself and kills quite a few people along the way. But I won't tell you what happens if he gets caught or whatever. I want you to watch it and find out. To get to the characters. So the characters are magnificent. This is definitely in my top 3 or 4 Johnny Depp films. It's amazing. It's really, really cool. He's so cool. He's quite young in this film. This is a 1995 film, so he is quite young. But we also see amazing characters from Robert Mitchum. Just let me stop while the dog's barking. Must excuse me here, the dog's barking. And so, yeah, all the characters are so important to this film, and they're all wonderful. I love Iggy Pop's character. He's so cool and so funny. And Big George, I think they're so brilliant. Those trio is the funny part. There's quite a lot of humour in this film. But the characters are so good, and the bounty hunters. I mean, Lance Henriksen, who plays the main bounty hunter, he's quite evil and horrible, but he plays the part so well. It's just so well acted, guys. Let's get to the final verdict. This is an absolute essential watch. It's a 10 out of 10. It's incredible. This has gone straight into my top 10 favourite westerns of all time. I saw this years and years and years ago. I think when it came out, I think I saw it in the cinema. My lad was 2. And I went to see this in the cinema because I was becoming quite a big Johnny Depp fan. And I already loved Robert Mitchum. And so when I went to see this, it blew me away, and I forgot about it. But when I picked this up, I've had this about a year, and I've not got round to sort of like really getting into the film. It's been in my watch list for quite a while, so I thought I'll give it its viewing tonight, and it's wonderful. The pluses of this edition: the photography is probably one of the best cinematography in a western ever. It's just beautiful. It's stunning. It's absolutely incredible. Now, if this has got a 4K release, I'll probably recommend you picking that up because that will look even better. But it's just wonderful. It looks stunning on Blu-ray. The other pluses is the other character that I haven't spoken about, and that's the music. The music and soundtrack is written and performed by the incredible, legendary Neil Young. And it's all sort of like just a guitar playing throughout it's just so, it's like a character on its own. It's just wonderful. It's just a brilliant film, guys. You've got to see it. Dead Man, 10 out of 10. If you've seen it, let me down below what you think of it. If you haven't, go and buy it. Don't waste time thinking about it. Go and buy it. You will not be disappointed. Really cool. Such good characters. Gary Farmer as Nobody, the Indian. He's fantastic. He's such a wonderful, wonderful character. And it's just really good. And as I said, it's quite, you don't want, you get so taken in by William Blake and Nobody, but you just do not want anything bad to happen to them. You just really like them. And it's just such a good story. Check it out. Massive shout out to my lad. Cheers, guys.